Oh, dude, that's awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah, I'll send you like a video of the actual.
I would like to see that. Yeah, I can't believe I never asked you. Yeah, I'm curious about the shop. I kept thinking like that friend of mine.
That video I'm gonna post.
Yes. Oh, that's right.
Documentary kid made a documentary about us.
That's really cool, and I'll finally get to see it. Because I just kept thinking, that friend of mine that lives out there, Kevin, is like one of my best friends. And I kept being like, I'm going to get out there, and I'll go to St. Louis and see it. And I never get out here. I should. Hopefully I will soon.
It wasn't a bad drive.
No, I don't think it is either. And I actually kind of like long drives.
I did too. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, maybe actually that's what I'll do. I'm going to try I got to figure out what I'm going to do. But like after I teach that class, I'm going to try really hard since I'm going to do something fun before things go like... Yeah, totally. Oh, sweet. That would be cool.
I think we're good. If you want to show us some cool stuff, show us.
Oh, yeah,
and tell us about the shop. That way other people can...
I brought some knives for show and tell. We could start forging stuff. Whatever you want to do. Or you want to do show and tell and then we'll forge stuff? Cool. That way we can hold off on it. It's really hot. So, you know, it's kind of messy. Oh, yeah, sorry.
I'll watch my step.
Oh, here's the satanic guy.
Oh, and your lunch?
My lunch is satanic. I hope
that's
it is.
cool.
But yeah, there's this deal, which is kind of cool. I still have to wrap the bottom and try to figure out a way to level it. Yeah, my buddy Mike gets these cut and then welds them to the, like, you know, this is all forged from old rebar.
So is this gonna be, are you putting one more on it?
No, so that's what I wanted to do. Like, what I really wanted to do with this one was make kind of like a really pretty candle holder. So there would be like maybe two or maybe two here. And Mike wanted to do something different. So I think I may actually like put two more wraps here so that it'll sit flat. And then you can use it as like a trivet or something. Cool. Yeah,
no, that's a good idea.
I would, it's a little bit off center.
Trivet.
Yeah, dude, yes. That's why I was like, I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, yeah, because...
Yeah, that's cool. I showed Mel the candle offer stuff.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Seriously, you can talk about
That's cool. Yeah, the not satanic ones I think are really cute. They're cool.
They're not as cool.
Yeah, they're not as cool. But I found this the other day, this thing I made for fucking...
Oh, zombie
Yeah,
weapons.
Totally. It was for a zombie fest. So like I just forged an old, it's heat treated, like you can use it. It's
like you can kill someone.
You can kill someone with it. Yeah, I found this table leg at like Construction Junction. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Got a little like, I like doing the little rivets.
Oh my god, this drill.
Oh yeah,
it's
that's
like
a big one.
to me.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Yeah, that's Collins Bridgeport, man. That thing is really,
drill
really nice.
Anything with this drill.
Yeah, it's super precise. Like dudes that do really like super nerdy like folding knives and stuff use these machines a lot. Like my friend who's a machinist came down and saw this milling machine and was like, oh my god, it's really nice. But I don't know how to use it. Yeah, it's really cool and super specific, which is awesome. But yeah, clearly that's like not the super.
What's the name of the shop?
Oh, he's London Pattern Metalworks.
Oh, okay. And then you have your own thing that you do in here too?
Yeah, mine's Artifact. Our stuff doesn't overlap as much. Like I thought that maybe I offered to help him more when I moved in here, just because I thought that would be cool for him to have like a shopmate who could help out when he needed a hand, so he didn't have to get another employee. But he's a fucking beast, dude.
You do knives mainly, and then he does all this other type of stuff. Like
I do this. Like these are all. This is all my work too.
Oh, okay.
He does like way bigger. Like this is like
the stuff you showed me in there.
It's like commercial work.
Yeah, like every night. Yeah, big structural construction type stuff. Like the whole fucking shop, 3 different days was full of like I come in and it was like all handrails, and I was like, damn, dude. And then I came in the next day and it was
cool, though.
A whole new set of handrails, and I was like, where'd the other handrails go?
Yeah, I see you guys got like all these big stacks of the metal you guys use here.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
This is all scrap pieces.
This is stuff for projects he's like in the middle of, and then like. Yeah, that's the handrails. That's like part of the stuff we just installed. We did. That was like the ornament on the rail that we just wrapped up. It was cool. And then, but there's some blades that are here. There's this one made by my little brother. Oh, you might think this one's pattern welded. It's wrought iron, forge welded to blade steel. Yeah, I did still need to rebuff the handle, but wrought iron is so rad, I think. Yeah. Well, then here's a little dude I forged out of a file a long time ago.
Oh, that one.
That one's cute.
You still have it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. I like that we call knives cute.
Yeah, I forget a lot until
so
you're talking to people. Stab their neck with it. And, here's two like these ones. They're gnarly little.
I love that one.
I like that one a lot, actually. This one was just like a study in how the metal gets moved around.
See that?
This is the mustard thing we were talking about.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That one's got like a little.
So this one you use mustard to get that finish on it?
Yeah, I have a bigger one. Actually, if we close this.
Where's your oil at?
The
Oil.
oil.
You need to oil these
Oh,
more.
there's some oil right there, and I forgot to
There you
use
go.
it, buddy. Yeah, I really like doing. I like dainty hammer work, actually. To be totally honest, I really like doing tiny stuff. Oh, here's a dagger I'm in the middle of. I still need to clean up the edges a little bit, but this one came out really cool.
What's this, Karenite?
Yes, yeah, it's the Kieranite Pro stuff. Here's a bigger version of the mustard patina.
Oh, cool.
That knife, I think, I'm really proud of that knife. It's a little heavier than I usually do them anymore, but
Oh yeah, that's
sometimes a little bit heavier is cool. You can see like the taper into the handle gets like super thin, which I think is neat.
I'm telling you, you need to make a trip down just for us because like Nate wants to sell your knives.
Oh, that would be awesome. I would really like
So
that.
I
need
told
help.
him I would talk to you
I need
about
help.
it. I told him I would talk to you about it when I came here.
Great, yeah, that's awesome. I'd love to talk about it. Because I could do like, yeah, that kind of stuff, some of these guys. If you wanted more raw stuff.
How is working with the Karenite?
It's cool.
So it's like a resin composite. you wanna
Yeah,
call it?
there's some I have
But
here.
you can do like.
Like you mix it in
infinite-
with resin, or?
No, it's like it's pre-made this way. You
Yeah,
can
like-
get any kind of color. It almost looks like bowling ball material. You know?
Yeah, it definitely kind of looks like a ball. I think some people call it like mother bowling ball or something
Yeah.
who don't like it. I think it's cool.
Oh, okay.
It grinds a lot better than
That's
other
cool.
synthetics I've used. Like some of them feel like really rubbery. This
Sure.
stuff's pretty hard. It's neat. Its finish is really nice, I think. Buff, super nice.
I like it. I mean,
It's an awesome
you
color.
have to-
Yeah, right?
You have to
Thank you.
take care of it just like you would any other material. And I know Nick prefers like woods and stuff, and I do
Yeah.
too. But
Same,
like,
yeah.
I don't like mixing them as much, but I like one or the other.
Yeah,
personally.
because woods, especially like a lot of the stuff that we use for knives is really bold already. Like that's why like normally I'll use blackwood for highlights, but this one I was like I wanted it to look really classy, so did blackwood and bloodwood.
I love the way that when they're handmade like that, they have all the marks on them
Thanks, yeah,
from
I
where
like,
they're.
I like leaving some remnants of how it was
Damn,
forged.
Yeah.
This one was
nice.
wrought iron. What's that? Oh,
nice.
thanks. Oh, that's actually no joke.
There's
That's
that
actually
Mr. Ford line.
no. Oddly enough, that's wrought iron welded to blade steel. That one was a
Fancy. So
lot of
it's
work.
two different types of steel
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
that when he welds them together and forges it out, it just naturally creates that pattern since the chemical compounds are different.
And then it's just all grinded and sanded down and everything.
Yep.
too.
Yeah, like you just have to keep. What's hard is like keeping it in the center. So like everything you do to one side, you have to do with the same pressure and heat that you do to the other. So it's like kind of a nightmare sometimes. But luckily that rod is really soft.
But then when
So
it comes out, it's perfect, right?
it's so rad. Oh, it's always. I've never messed it up. Just kidding.
Yeah, right. That's how you learn.
Lifting your handles.
Oh, take a look. Yeah, yeah. I was actually curious.
I started
like,
working with
thing.
resin, and it's the same way. For the first couple of years, I messed up so many pieces because I was like learning to work with resin, and then finally I got it. Now I do like cool bug stuff, and
yeah.
dead bugs in them and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's right. I took a look at your YouTube and I saw.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, like I didn't get to. I just took a quick glance.
Yeah, some of my more
on your
recent
site.
stuff I haven't really been editing as much, so I'm just putting a bunch of live streams up.
Sure.
But like I have a bunch of videos where I actually show like the processes of doing like the resin and all of
No,
that.
are you
so.
making the resin too?
Well, I'm just 2-part mix.
That's
like,
still
yeah.
fucking rad, man. I've never made it.
Yeah,
I always
and
buy it.
so what I do
This
is I
stuff
just
is
pour it
resin.
and then let it cure with bugs in it.
It's this stuff called Alumalite. I'm not sure
Yeah.
what you use. But
Oh, okay.
Alumalite's like the go-to resin for knife making.
Yeah.
And you can get any kind of
sorry.
any kind of color, pearlescent effects, whatever, and then you basically put them. Like if it was a
Is it a
solid
mold though?
block,
You have to mold them, or do they
yeah,
come?
So like, let's say you get a square and you put these two pieces of wood in and you leave that valley. You pour the resin.
I got
in,
it, yeah. That's how, like,
When
I
people
would do
those
with the glow
tables and
stuff.
Yeah, like with this kind of
Okay,
stuff.
Yeah.
got it.
So that way you get like a little bit of the raw stuff in there.
This is all gross. This is a nice piece.
Yeah, that stuff's really nice.
Yeah, like I've seen people take stuff like that and then put tape all around it and put like cool resin and stuff for tables. And
I really like that stuff. No, I'm gonna send it to a guy. I wish, but
I have the glow
It's
colors,
everything I'd have
too.
to buy and figure What's that?
I have the glow colors too, the powders that glow in the black light and all that.
That's awesome.
So you can, and it glows in the dark too, not just the black light. So like, there's even like blues, purples, oranges, and they look awesome like in the dark, and you don't have to have anything else. Like mostly when you get stuff, it's like that green glow.
Yeah.
But this, it's any color you can pick.
Awesome. I want to.
Yeah, just look at like YouTube videos for it and stuff. You'll see.
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, or if you ever want, I could show you on a video and send it to you.
Love that. That would be so cool. Because it would be really neat to be able to do so, especially for these smaller knives. I wouldn't mind making my own and using it.
Yeah, because you can make like a mold and then just pour all different colors.
Yeah,
and then just carve them all and do whatever you want.
Getting very excited thinking about that.
Yeah, and I got like
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
What's it called? A vacuum chamber, which is just like a crock pot type thing with the lid and a vacuum pump and yeah.
Stabilize wood, actually.
Yeah.
Really all
You do the
need
same?
a bigger one.
Yeah, big old jar.
Yeah, we started doing our own, and it's still a work in progress.
Yeah.
You gotta get it like perfect, but it turned out pretty good. So you would take like this wood, let's say, and you buy a special kind of resin called stabilizing resin.
Okay.
Made
Do you guys use
specifically
cactus
for it.
juice or?
No, we
Okay.
use another brand. I don't remember the name.
Okay, cool. The only one I've heard of is
Yeah.
cactus juice. I
Everybody
clearly
knows
not
about
put a
that.
lot of research into
But
that.
you activate that like any other resin thing, and then there's special dyes. We actually use Alumalite's liquid dyes.
Oh,
that
hell
they
yeah,
make.
totally.
I just bought like fluorescent colors, so I'm gonna make like crazy fluorescent dyed
Sweet.
wood.
That's cool.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
So
I'm
that should
into
be cool. And I actually put the same kind of burl in there.
Oh,
right
nice, the
now.
maple stuff?
Yeah.
I love that, dude.
Yeah,
That's
this is
like
spalted
one of my
maple.
favorites.
So
Yeah.
the spalting, that's actually just created from like, I guess you just call them they're little bugs essentially.
Isn't it mushroom? Isn't it a fungus?
Or is it
I
a
thought?
fungus?
There's others, like some.
Something living,
Fine.
something
Yeah,
organic.
I think that, yeah, like the nerdy you get about it, you find that there's both, but I don't
Yeah.
remember.
But that creates those lines. And it's also really delicate because it's almost like a weak point.
Yeah, it really
'Cause if you're
depends
not
on how you
careful,
find
like
it.
I've accidentally dropped one before and then like the spalt line just like made it pop off.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
I've had it where it's too pithy. Like I was actually kind of pissed. I bought some off this guy and he sent it. It's like, because that's what like is rough, is because a lot of it is from it sitting for a really long time, getting chewed up by bugs and mushrooms growing in it and stuff. And like, yeah, and it changes depending on the. It's really interesting. Like a woodworker tried to explain it to me once, but since I think I'm a steel guy, it like only half of it
Yeah.
made it in. But it sounds like it depends on like the climate it's in, the area of the country, like what type of bugs and mushrooms are growing on it and stuff. But yeah, it's really neat. But the stuff the guy sent me is like squishy and it's too thin to get stabilized now. So it's kind of like, come on, man.
Yeah, it's like
You're selling me that
It's like
stuff.
cork board or
Yeah,
something
totally,
at that point.
yeah.
like
That's what it felt like to me.
a good piece of wood. And you get nerdy, and I've actually learned a lot about wood in doing this job.
That's awesome.
I see you got a bunch of antlers and stuff up there too.
Oh yeah, man! I used to do those all the time. They smell so bad. They look really awesome. So like, but because of that, like, I just like keep forgetting to do stuff with it.
What do
Like,
you do with them? You incorporate them into things?
Yeah, they're usually handles. Actually, it's been so long, I don't even have like.
Oh, handles for the knives and stuff.
Yeah,
That's
they're
awesome.
really cool. Like you'll do something like this. It's like partial tang. Like this, actually, I made way more complicated than I probably needed to. But I wanted this to be a really solid construction. So there's like drilled to here and to like here on the inside. There's a 1/2-inch hole that I slid a 1/2-inch dowel in, and I fucking hand sawed it really carefully down the middle. Yeah, and I burned the tang into
I need to learn how
it.
to do that because I haven't done that yet.
Oh, it's really cool, man. Yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. I've done it a bunch of times.
Oh,
It's
nice.
just time.
Can show this.
I'm sure there's faster ways to do it.
Yeah. So yeah, those are like antlers in a handle application.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Yeah.
They come out really cool. I just had 2 orders for.
More.
Yeah, actually, the same dudes that got them off me last year. The guy ordered like 8 antler-handled chef's knives that I put like little burl collars on.
You have your own like online store that you just put them all up on, and
Yeah, if I had enough product, I finally opened an Etsy shop to try to have something in there because like most of my work has been customs, which is awesome, but sometimes like that's what ends up hurting my body because like 2 things just went wrong, and when they're customs, you're like, fuck, I have to wrap this up. I have to like hurt. So I'll overwork myself. Whereas if it's something you're just working on, it goes south. You're like,
yeah, I do the same with like web stuff. You know, when it's for myself or like even with the resin stuff, if I'm working on something for someone and then it gets messed up, I have to make sure I like sand it a million times to make it perfect again before I send it out. I just don't want it to be. But for me, I'm just like, oh, it's cool, whatever.
Shiny like that, you can tell any little.
Oh yeah, if you just the sun
dude.
goes on it, you're like, oh, there's a big scratch.
Yeah, man. When I started buffing, it forced me to be like, you gotta get.
Yeah.
I have a pretty, I think, because I'm a knife maker, I have like a pretty serious attention to detail. But then, like, once I started using that buffer,
I'm dying to get one that big because all my stuff's like on a Dremel right now.
Oh really? Oh,
Yeah.
dude, yeah.
You can get a decent deal on like the small.
I know Harbor Freight has them for cheap.
Yeah, that's what this one is on there.
I just need a sturdy table because in my basement right now, like everything's kind of a mess. But I'm gonna have to get something like a table that it'll hold it down because I have like this rickety one, and when you're cutting stuff, it goes flying.
Oh shit! Yeah, totally.
Yeah, look
Add a cross brace on that bad boy.
Like junky old workshop desks.
Oh yeah, people are getting rid of them all the time on like Craigslist and stuff. I just don't have a truck.
That's where I got
like
actually was from this dude on Craigslist. He ended up being like super cool too. He was like, "Do you want to see like the deer cabin I built in the back?" And I was like, "You have a hunting cabin in your backyard?"
That's cool.
Like,
that's how you got that piece.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I got that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like, again, if I wasn't like a knife maker, metal guy, I'd be like, you want me to go see your deer cabin in the woods? But instead I was like, cool, man, yeah, workshop. You're not going to kill me, right? Yeah.
These are probably heavy, right? Yeah. They got some weight to them. Are these aluminum or something else?
I think that those are steel that he was, like, this is one of the things you can do with that milling machine. It's like,
oh,
forget
yeah.
what project he was doing.
So it's like a CNC, too, that you can do almost, but by hand?
To that. This, again, is way over.
This is by hand, though, right? You have to, like, pull it.
Yeah, totally. Oh,
Yeah,
totally.
big thing right there.
Oh, sweet. There's a company that my friend works for that actually just 3D printed a bunch of stainless steel blades that I'm supposed to grind. I keep forgetting to grind. But those, I'm excited to see how they come out. I don't know of anyone else who's doing that. It's still
They
like
have like
super
some
low.
special machine to do
Yeah,
all
they
that?
have like a really fancy. Some of it's really fucking cool. And like my buddy who works for them, he's like the closest thing I've had to a mentor in blacksmithing. He's an older blacksmith and metalsmith, and he just knows so much shit about finishes. So they hired him to do all these really bonkers patinas and finishes on their stuff.
Yeah, I learned about all that with the vape,
sweet.
the custom vapes, because I saw everybody was
that's
putting
really
like
nice.
patina
really
finishes on them.
Man, with vape stuff too, like with any other like EDC carry type thing, it's getting really big in the customizing. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because my friend's really into that, and like.
That's that like
The
gold
same
one I showed you. It's
materials.
I mean copper, but
This is nice, too.
because it
This is
conducts
nice.
the battery. Yeah, let me
this,
see that.
That was made by, I forget his first name. It's a Robertson.
open it so I
it's
don't-
on the knife. Sure. But he used to go by Calavera Cutlery.
Oh, wait, I
And,
know that name for some reason.
He doesn't make knives anymore because I looked him up, and now he's only making like machined like parts or tools for something.
Weird.
But like I looked this up on Arizona Customs, and they had sold out ones for $650. I was like, oh, okay,
nice.
don't mind.
That's
This was a
pretty
gift.
nice knife.
My friend used to write for Knife Magazine to do reviews, and this was before I even worked in the knife world. But he gave this to me as a gift when I got robbed.
Oh,
And I
man.
was like, here, protect yourself. And so I'll never get rid of it, even though it's valuable, because it's just a
It's a really
big
nice knife, dude.
too.
Yeah,
It's PD1
360
steel.
looks like.
It feels sturdy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
That's
why I
exactly-
like it. I don't want anything light if I'm going to have to stab someone to go.
Yes.
That's trying to attack me. you
Yeah,
know,
I don't want things snapping off.
legally.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
closing on your hand,
Stabbing.
which
Legally,
I've
yeah.
seen happen, like
Yeah.
closing on your
Yeah.
hand by accident.
Yeah, that's
Like,
the other thing. If you're going to do that, you know,
Yeah, you want a
don't
well-made
want this to
fucking knife,
break.
dude. That's the stuff that always made me like
I
really
like the
nervous. Is
liner
any
ones.
weapon type stuff that people ask me to make, or I think that I have to call it.
Yeah, we were just talking about
Tactical. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
This. Because, like, yeah, if someone ever used it for that, you're like, am I liable?
Yeah, I know. I always wonder that. And also, like, what if it broke or something, and they're like, "Well, now I'm dead
Well,
because
whatever they
you
use it,
asshole."
whatever they use it for after you is on them. I guess.
No, I think that's true too. I mean, gun manufacturers aren't getting in any trouble. I don't know why. they're
Yeah,
getting in
right. And yeah, this is PD1 steel.
trouble. I've never even heard of that.
It's
What is
only
this?
made. So there's this weird thing in like steel where there are steel companies that make their like boutique steel. So it's like a slightly different molecular.
Is it like a custom process they do?
Yeah, some kind of trademark process or what have you.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
it's like a Carpenter brand steel. So they call it PD1 Micro Melt. And apparently it's like real. I think I sent
Is
you
it
a
like really
link.
fine crystals or something?
No.
Oh, you did. I forgot to read
It's
it. That's
the
right.
way it's made, but PD1 isn't like a steel in itself. Like it's only, that's the only company that makes the type of steel. So it makes it more valuable and more like, yeah. And it's a tool steel.
That's awesome, actually. Oh, that's right. You were saying it's similar to like D2 or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've never really worked with D2 or L6 or any of those.
So like, to explain that in the shortest way, since there's a million different kinds of steel, like hundreds, the best ones most knife makers find to use are anything, they call it the category of tool and die steels. So anything you would normally use to make tools or machinery or, you know, something that's not gonna ever break or fall apart. So really tough high carbon steel is the best thing for a knife because it's never gonna fall apart. It's never gonna
it's more durable than stainless.
It's gonna hold the edge. I mean, there's some great stainless out there, but I still think
those are some of the ones you use.
Oh, yeah. Well, these are billets I made. This is actually awesome. The same guy I was just talking about, my friend Glenn. He did blades like in the 70s and 80s, and he bought this. It was on a pallet. They were supposed to be, it's like really super old W2 that was intended to be prison bars. I've only done one knife out of it so far. He gave me like a few feet of it.
Nita makes something that looks like a shank, but like
it's a classy shank. And then these are some of those billets I made in that class. This one's 352 layers in a ladder pattern. That one's 88 and like a twist.
Oh, you can kind of see it.
Oh, maybe on the other side, is there a better etch? I thought there it is.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I thought I
so that is basically two different types of steel sandwiched together and then folded repeatedly to get those beautiful patterns. And there's like a million different ways you could do it. There's different methods.
And you did these by hand?
No, thank God.
Oh, okay. So you use the machine?
I have done them by hand many times. And I think, I actually thought that I brought it with me to show you guys, and I must have forgot it. Like, one of my favorite knives I ever made is just this, it's really small, 32-layer Warncliffe in, like, a twist pattern similar to this, but I did that all by hand.
I should have brought that little one to show him. It's like this little one you put in your fist, but it's got, like, a heart on the closing thing for it.
Like, with the knuckle grip, and then it's like a diamond-shaped blade.
Oh, nice. It's like a little puncture dagger. Yeah, those things are rad. That's awesome. Me too.
It's like this big, but the cool thing is the case for it, like that hangs on a necklace or whatever, a keychain. It's got like little heart on it cut out, and it's like it makes it look perfect with the way it's shaped. Like a friend of mine gave that to me a long time ago.
Oh, that's cool. And it's Damascus as well, or it's just
it's just some cool looking little thing. I was just saying.
I can't believe I brought that.
It's one of my favorite ones just because it looks cool.
Yeah,
so
I
little.
also like really small knives. I think they're awesome. That's why I especially wish I would have brought that. Yeah, they're dainty. I think they're more useful for tools and stuff because they're easier to carry around and use. But that one was like, it was cool. Like I did that all by hand. I got the twist done. I started with like so much steel, but because I did it all by hand and you have to forge it out at really high temps, it was just burning steel out. So I lost like, like half the billet. So when I was done, I had like two little pieces, like when I cut it in half, that fit just in my palm. So it was like, couldn't make any mistakes. And I forged two knives out of it. When I got done, I was like, oh God.
Never again.
You were like, every hammer hit, you were like, no, like tightening up. But I got them done and they hardened okay.
Is this micarta?
Yeah, that's that burlap stuff I was talking about.
So micarta is a really cool material. There's so many
Hey guys,
materials.
what's going on?
This is the parent stock. It's some of the darker stuff. I'm saving that for something.
So micarta's neat. It's basically fabric packed in resin.
Yep.
And this creates, it's almost like a less tough carbon fiber.
Oh yeah, I guess it looks really
process?
similar. Yeah, I'm not sure how they make carbon fiber. I know that like that stuff is like you basically like it's. I've seen people make it with boat resin because it's the same type of stuff as like a fiberglass resin, so it's disgusting to work with, but it looks really cool.
It's really durable.
It powders a lot too, right?
Yeah, so it just gets like all in your skin, so you get super itchy and like it's so hot in here.
I use a linen one, so since this is burlap, you can see like the texture a lot more. But I use like a linen one, and it's more like muted color. So there's different fabric ones you can get.
And they do paper too. Paper's like super classy looking.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because it polishes like.
You can get bright white.
It's nice.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, like that's what people use now because ivory's illegal, so they're often so kind of like like it doesn't suck that ivory's illegal. I get that. But, but the paper micarta, because it is like the closest thing you can get to ivory, they upcharge it. But it does look like super classy. It's really pretty looking.
And it's durable, like in terms of like moisture. I mean, still don't get it wet, but it's a beefier material.
Yeah, and that's actually like why a lot of people like the linen or
stuff.
canvas stuff. Yeah, because when it does get wet, it gets really grippy. So like the wetter it gets, if you're in the field using it, it just has a slightly better grip.
I have to do some hunting knives apparently now for somebody.
Nice.
So I'm gonna use my Carta because he's outside and it's gonna probably get blood on it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's actually really awesome. I haven't used it as much as I'd like to because I was like freaked out by how gross it is for a while.
Yeah.
But like whatever, dude. Everything we work with is kind of gross.
Everything, yeah. I feel like working with steel, you're just permanently gross. With a few showers
yeah.
in between.
Even like my resin stuff, if I have to grind down with the Dremel, it's a mess, man. It's everywhere.
It's
everywhere.
Like, do you wear a mask?
I do, and that's the thing too. Then it gets all hot because you can't breathe it in because it's toxic. And
Yeah. God, I don't even want to think of what's in my fucking
spoiled
nose.
because when I like grind and stuff, I have like a full face mask, so it's full face sealed.
Yeah.
So I don't get shit in my eyes because the micros, metal, or from the belts since it's like ceramic on there.
yeah, it comes off.
Yeah, it gets all of my eyes,
Nate had to
dude.
get.
Yeah, I see. Like everything is covered in a dust layer.
Oh yeah, everything is like thin layer
Well, he
metal
got
dust.
a piece of like a micro piece of steel in his eye, and the doctor literally had to like Dremel that
Ugh.
shit out of his eye.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I had it a few times. I've only ever had it happen during ornamental stuff, like running angle grinders, and it was before I had the beard, So like something about the fucking shape of my face, even with a face shield on, a couple of times, like I'd get home and it would be weird to blink, and I'd look in the mirror and there'd be this little black spot on my eye, and I was like,
Oh, great.
and it kept coming out, and then one day I didn't notice it was even in there, and it wasn't coming out, and I was like,
It was like stuck in.
yeah, I was stuck in my fucking eye, and I'd done this big demo job that day for this guy in Oakland, and I was riding my bike home in like a thunderstorm, and my eye started burning, and then it like never stopped burning.
Oh, that
and
sucks.
then I finally got it looked at, and it was totally stuck in there. Same thing, they got like, it was just this person standing over me, like breathing all heavy.
I had a piece of wood in mine, so
Oh, you've had a piece of
I've had a piece of wood in mine. Yeah, it flew in the car window and like went in my eye, and I didn't know, so I was like scratching my eye and stuff, and it just got deeper and deeper in. And I went to the hospital. They did the whole big light over my face, like aliens looking at me. And
did they have to do the same thing? Like
I had to wear a patch for like a month. It was bad. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I was young though, so it
like,
sucked.
that'd be annoying as fuck.
Yeah, it feels like you have a piece of hair stuck in your eye for like a month. So anytime I opened my eye, I had to put this like gook in there so that it would keep it moisturized and all.
Medicated gook.
Yeah.
Didn't you just have to do a bunch of medicated
Special.
coke on your eye?
That's what I've been doing.
that's what
I actually got like a really annoying like sty in this eye, and
And they give you the gook.
they gave me the gook, and it's still like just barely there. But I think I got it from like the atmospheric stuff getting in like my eyelash pore, and then it was huge though, like a month ago. So.
Yeah, I've talked to multiple people where they're just like, then my eyes just swelled up from over, like something like that, just because of all the dust and what we do. I've luckily never. That's the closest I ever had that one time. They took care of it really quick. I did not have to wear an eye patch.
That's
but
good.
I think that fucking wood actually kind of sounds worse.
I think because I rubbed my eyes and made it worse, because then it scratched a bunch of places. Like my mom saw it, because obviously I couldn't see it. I was on the table and stuff, but they put the black light with like something, and it shows all the scratches.
Oh,
so she was able to see like everywhere I scratched, and it was my whole cornea was like ripped up from it. But I didn't realize it was that bad. I mean, I was just like, whatever.
Yeah, there's no.
I have a hair in my
I
eye.
didn't realize that. So like, yeah, the only thing you can really feel is like on your eyelids. So
Yeah.
I assume. So like, yeah, it just feels. You're like, oh, it's a little itchy.
Yeah.
You're like, or dude, my buddy Ben, he's a contractor. He was telling me once I can't remember what the fuck happened. But like something like it was just a piece of wood. Something went wrong, like with the air gun. And he said he like went up to his buddy and was like, dude, there's something in my eye. And somehow, like, the nail had ricocheted out of it and got stuck,
Oh, shit.
in the corner of his fucking eye. And his friend was like, dude, I'm going to throw up. Like, you have to get out of my face. I'm going to throw up. We got to get you to the doctor. That sounds super bad.
Yeah.
I've literally never had anything like that.
I lost the contact once. If that freaks you out.
Yeah.
When it's like goes up there. Yeah. Yeah, it went up, and then I had to like close my eyes and keep looking up and hoping it stuck back to the front of my eye, so when I brought my eye back down, it would be there. And like it was like I started having a panic attack because I'm like, oh my god, there's something in my brain, like I got to get it out.
It would have been like a week before I could sleep.
I was on the road like with my band, and I fell asleep with my contacts on, so I was like, after a show, I was just drunk and passed out, and then I'm like, where'd my contacts go? It's not in my eye. What the hell?
Man, I would have just been like, must have fell out until like.
I thought at first, I was like, I hope it fell out, but then I kind of felt it, and I lifted my eyelid. I'm like, there it is. Now we got to get it out.
Were you able to get it out?
Yeah, I just had to keep looking up, and eventually it stuck to my eye, and I brought it back down.
That is.
But people have had to go to the hospital to get that shit removed.
Yeah,
like,
I'm actually surprised you didn't. That would have scared the fuck out of me.
I was. That's why I started panicking. I'm like, I can't go to the hospital now. I'm not even at home. Like. Out of the state.
And also, when stuff goes wrong like that, you're like, how am I going to drive myself? Like,
yeah.
You know, like.
Now at least there's Uber.
Oh yeah, totally.
Back then there wasn't. Is this your cutting station?
No, this is Colin's welder.
It's a welder. Okay.
Really cool. Yeah. Speaking of things that kind of suck, we definitely did a job together once where he had to weld on site. And we couldn't walk in the house with our boots, so we were in our socks. This thing weighs like literally like 300 pounds. So Colin put a strap on it over his shoulders, and I got under it. And we had to deadlift it and carry it up 2 flights of stairs. It was miserable. I remember thinking like, I'm gonna die. Yeah, it was like in hindsight, it was funny that we did it. But
you're in heaven with all these big machines around, huh?
It's cool, right? Those are so nice.
Bigger than what I get to use.
Yeah.
Get more done faster.
Well, I don't get to do the big iron work, so I don't need a fucking.
A super nice bandsaw.
Yeah. I have a bandsaw, but it's the opposite. Well, I have a.
You just use it for wood.
Mine's vertical though. It's like a big version of yours.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I got a super.
So this is like going sideways where I'm long. I just have a really big tall one.
Is it for metal as well, or is it just?
It's a combination.
Oh really? Shit, that's.
So I can cut metal on it, but I really don't pass brass or.
That's still awesome that you can cut brass on it, because that's the only thing that I've ever really used those for is cutting brass, just so they get a nice clean 90 from when you're fitting stuff up. Like for blades, I just cut it with a cut-off wheel. Yeah, totally. Or a hot cut, depending on how fortunate.
It's kind of the lab stuff.
Oh yeah. You want to do fortune things? Oh yeah. Oh, and this is the power hammer in person, by the way. I wasn't able to get a spring that would work to fix it.
Oh, Jared made this.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Pretty cool. Like normally, there's a spring that runs through here, and that and I made this bearing, so like when you turn this, it moves the bearing up and down. So
then the hammer goes up and down.
Yeah, and then I added this new spring in front of the better bearing, so it whap 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 whap.
Gives it more power.
Yeah. So
Basically a homemade version of this.
They used to be sitting right next to each other, and every time I looked at them, I was like, God damn it, Jerry.
Please tell me you do cool videos online with you guys just smashing stuff.
Yeah. That thing is really cool. Well, what's funny too is there's
you can pay the rent with just that.
Yeah, well, I forget all the time. I do this every day, so to me, it's like I love blacksmithing. It's my favorite thing in the whole world, but I do it every day. And once, when I was trying to take the business more seriously and post stuff on Instagram every day, I just took a video of myself forging down some rod.
Yeah.
Just because I was like, oh, it's big hammer hits, and that's what I'm doing today. And it was the first thing I posted that got a ton of attention.
Yeah.
People were like, that's hot.
And you realize the difference
really cool.
when you start doing that, you get more jobs and more attention and stuff, so it's cool.
Yeah, I still am doing the math on how all that stuff works. But
if you need help, hit me up. That's what I do.
I need so much help. Thanks.
Yeah, just send me a message online. I'll help you out.
Awesome, dude. Thanks.
I'll answer any
awesome.
question you want.
Great, thank you. Yeah, I definitely need help. Just by the grace of God, this is even working. Or by the grace of Satan, I guess.
Yeah.
This is no work, man.
Yeah.
Satan stuff. Cool, yeah, you want to fire this up and hammer on some stuff? Sweet. Cool, I got this little stuff for both of us.
For me, being little.
Well, what's funny is I actually made it for me too, because I don't know, I made it too high, so it's for both of us being too little. I could have made it. I forgot you're 5'2". We'll work it out.
All right, you guys know Hex Metal's in my chat all the time. That's her, and that's her friend, and he does work here. So that's what's going on. And she's gonna make something, I guess, or she's gonna forge something, and you guys can see how this all works.
Sweet, thanks. Whoa, all right.
Cool. Just if you casually say something like that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sweet.
In this undisclosed industrial
Undisclosed warehouse, underground, car sounds.
We're in France right now, so you guys.
Yeah.
You just casually do this right now.
There's just like random knife pieces on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
This is really good business practices, just leaving like these hard-earned projects everywhere. Like, oh, fuck that.
Yeah, eventually, yeah, like you start to...
Alex said your art was really awesome with Luna that you gave.
Thanks, guys.
Dude, that little
Can
dog.
I show you like the painting?
Is amazing.
Oh yeah, she's
Oh,
cool.
that painting? Yeah, that painting is fucking great. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, it came out awesome.
You gotta be stoked. That thing is so rad. Yeah.
I have a wall where I put like started putting all my art, and then I have in my basement like a box full of art that people have made for me that have to do with either my band or my animals. So I just want to make a huge wall just full of it.
That scares me every time.
That is a big fire.
Never have hair on my
I
hands.
love that you have to do it with a piece of paper.
Yeah. I used to.
Eating metal.
So metal.
So metal.
America! Fuck yeah!
I don't know if you want, I have two different ways to make it. Sweet. There's the 2 pound.
This is out of my element, remember?
Oh, sweet, yeah. Well, yeah,
I
we'll
did
try.
the opposite type of knife.
Yeah, it is, Amanda.
We'll start with that. You can start with the heavy one. It's not that heavy. It's like 2.5 pounds. And if it sucks, you don't want to use it. Use the 2 pounds. If I can find the heavy one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Put mine on too.
I would say. No, that's smart, because you never know when shit's gonna fly around.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. I had one get, like, it's only happened a couple times, but like right here, I had a piece of scale hit me a couple weeks ago, and I was like,
I had a piece
Red
like,
hot?
burn my boot.
yeah. Oh, no.
Like, no!
I can't imagine.
I really need a, like, a leather face.
All right, you stand on the other side there. I'll take that thing out of there, and then I'll try and throw it in between your boob. Like, we'll just throw it across the room. Like,
That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
You can't ruin this tattoo.
it's getting red hot already. Just put my phone in there, get an up close and personal shot.
It'll melt in a second.
I dropped my phone on the stove the other day when it was like red hot, and I was trying to get it off, and like the back started melting on here.
No. So
It was quick.
you want to do it like I'll do it. The way that I usually do it is like I'll do it and then you do it.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, cool. So what we're gonna do is put a point on it first, and then we're gonna draw it out.
So you're rotating it,
Yep.
hammering the point.
Yeah.
Are you making one of those spikes?
Yeah. It's.
So, to educate the viewers real quick.
Oh yeah.
There's kind of like 2 different ways that most people do knives. Jared is a badass and he blacksmiths everything by hand. I do something equally badass but different. It's really being modest.
No, I don't. I think that's true.
I do
It's
like
all
stock,
sparks, you
it's
know?
called stock removal. So we basically already get. I don't see anything to show an example, but we already get like a flat piece of steel that's easily shaped into the knife that it's going to become, and then ground, yada yada. But Jared makes his own flat piece, so he starts with a hunk of metal.
Yeah, like those
And,
type of things.
Yeah, and he works and draws it out himself. So the way I do it for the company I work for, we just sell so many at once. It's faster.
It's a smarter way to work.
Well, not necessarily, because people constantly ask me, "Are you forging it?" And
Yeah.
there are stuff we do
People do
forge,
it.
like we forge our own Damascus and stuff like that. But it's more custom based because it's a lot more work. It costs more to do.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
Whereas
like
what
in
we
it.
do is
Yeah.
it's cheaper. It's still an expensive process. I mean,
Yeah, because like I mean, doing everything correctly still takes a long time. But like, what's cool with blacksmithing is like you can fix your mistakes a little easier. If you do have Damascus or something, you can use all of it. Like I've seriously have forged blades out of like 1" by 1" pieces. Or I made Colin a keychain. I said thank you for letting me use this press, and it was literally a 1/4" square. Like,
It's just
and I was
difficult
just
because it
like-
can break, right? Is that the hard part, or?
Yeah, well, like I mean.
the thinner you get it.
Yeah, because like I'm known to forge things pretty thin, which like I'm proud of myself for learning how to do that. But it does Yeah, it's hard to do. Every time you fucking touch the steel with a hammer, you're adding, you know, like it has this
stress points and stuff.
Yeah, because you get this like beautiful, like this, especially depending on who you get it from. I get everything from New Jersey Steel Bearer, and their stuff is really great. And it comes like pickled and annealed, and it's this perfect crystalline grid. And then you fucking hit it 1,000 times with a hammer, and then that grid's like, ah. So there's like all this different stuff with heat control that you really have to pay attention to, and like. Yeah, there are some steels that just do not like getting hit when it's too cold at all, you know, and if you heat them up too hot, then like you're growing the grain inside, which makes the blade weak. So it's just a more evolved.
You got to get it just right.
It, you know?
Yeah, totally. That's how I feel working with resin.
Yeah,
like the mix has to be perfect, and everything's got to be weighed out, and the temperature's got to be right. Because if it's not, then it's not viscous enough, and it's just like
weird.
When you're it's different when you're trying to do something where, like, let's say a bar top, and you just pour it and let it sit. But what I'm doing is I'm adding like organics into it, so things like bugs can fall apart, flowers can fall apart, and then if it's too thick, you can't push it in, and then bubbles go in with it. It's like it's a lot also. So I get the tedious aspect of it, and like it has to be the perfect timing when you push things in, otherwise it sinks out the bottom, and then you have like a bug with a leg sticking out.
Yeah, that's pretty much ready. So yeah,
how do you tell when it's ready? Just when it's red hot?
Yeah, by colors. Like I like to for mild steel, and even for blades, I like to like where it's just touching blades, like just touching yellow. Like anything past that, I'm not super into. But mild, I like it to just get nice and yellow and beat the fuck out of it. Yeah, so I'll point this, and I'll probably do it poorly because people are watching.
Yeah.
Just squishing it down.
Like a pizza dough.
Sweet like a pizza dough. Yes. Sweet.
Man, these are big. Do you make these ones?
I do not know. I've never made tongs yet. I'm embarrassed to say.
I just have little hands, so it's interesting.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's hitting like this. Yeah. That's okay. Toss it back in.
It's also, I have really small hands, so just holding this and not dropping this hot metal
is a challenge. If you have big hands, it sucks the first time you do it. Like that's one of the hardest things to get used to, I think, is like I think the two hardest things are like paying attention to the direction the camera is hitting the face of the anvil. Yeah, I'll bend those in some for you actually.
I mean, I really just have little hands. Kind of inevitable. Made for big hands.
I actually squish these
I
down.
was going to say, if I can, I guess I'll hold it up higher. It might be...
Yeah, that might be better. I could also bend them in some for you. You want me to do that real quick?
I'll be a wuss.
Not be a wuss.
It's okay.
Yeah, don't be a wuss.
Shut up.
Then, yeah, just keep drawing it out. Pretty straight up and down. Like, there's a lot of different ways to do it. Sometimes I'll use the beat because you get like little squishies, so it moves a little faster. But there's less bounce. It's just my arm's been messed up. I want bounce, you know. And then like Brian Brazil has this thing where he'll do like on the edge and like use the edge to kind of cut into it and then go back and smooth it out. I've never been able to perfect that enough to show it off well. So I'm just hitting it hard. Yeah. You were hitting hard.
Try to grip it like fire.
Okay, try higher, and then if it still feels bad, I'll bend it in some so they're easier for you to hold. Yeah, that's it. hit it right on that point. Hit it again. Cool. Perfect.
Maybe it would help if you're like rotating.
You want to do it like that? Oh yeah, man. Let's do it like that.
I always, if I'm learning something new, I need to like, you know, do it for a few minutes to understand the angle of where I'm
Or a
trying
few
to-
years,
Also, it
right?
sucks, like I said, for like the hard. That's what I was gonna say. Like,
Just get used to it.
Hammer angle and fucking holding these things
Like, that
correctly
hurts.
takes so long.
That fucking hurts.
Oh, yeah, you
really
want-
bad.
Is it hot?
I forgot.
No, it's not hot. It just hurts my hand.
Because I used to.
Like I'm pushing really hard.
Well, like, so when I started switching to my arm before it's lefty, like that's why I had to. I was doing kind of what you're doing. It was too big, and
I don't have any strength in this arm.
well, even like wearing gloves helps keep the shock down. Like that's what really hurts. Is your fucking hip.
That's what it is, yeah. Maybe I should have a gun. Just for that hand.
I think it's why.
Yeah, because it hurts right here. Okay, probably.
That's hot.
It's like a dirtier Bill Nye.
That's what I aspire to be. Just a really dirty girl.
We'll call you that in class.
I'm excited for
Teacher
that.
class.
Dr. Nye. Oh, he's calling him a Bill Nye. Oh, there we go. Right? Yeah, sweet. I don't like to work on my hand. Yeah, it always just works my arm out too fast. Sweet. So this time you want me to hold it? Good.
Yeah,
Sweet.
maybe I'll suck less.
We're gonna aim for the edge of the end. Sweet. Oh, great. Give me a hit like right there. Good. Great. Sweet. Put some more time in on mine.
It's like perfect.
Well, don't just like thousands of times. So, like, you know, first you're gonna force it into a square, like you kind of done here.
Yeah.
Just kind of clean it up, and then I'm gonna start forging down an octagon.
What's up, Meow Meow?
Yeah, close it. Yeah, like crash down the corners. Yeah. It's actually my favorite part. I don't know why I like that part so much, but putting the 8 sides, I'm always like, cool.
Because you're rounding it out.
Yeah, and it looks like, well, it looks professional, I think, when you do it like that. In fact, maybe I'll stand on this side this time, and you can stand here, and that way you can stand over it. So I don't want you to get too worn out so fast. All right, you all set? Let's do this. Now let's just start hitting it hard. Next time, now we can just start drawing it out. We can dial in the point a little bit more as we go.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That's
Nice.
the nice thing about metal. You just get it hot again and you just keep
Yeah, just keep beating the fuck
So you
out
get
of
it right?
really. Yeah.
shit.
You're just basically
Shit.
shaving it with violence all the time.
So are you doing the twisted spike thing, or what are you doing with
I
it?
think so. We're just gonna make it like a hook, right?
Yeah, you want to do a twist one, you said?
I was just
Whatever.
asking what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Whatever he wants to make.
Let's do twists. We'll do some good twists.
I showed you the bracelet you made me, right? That
I think
cup
so.
that I was wearing. Yeah, you made that.
You have to show it to me again. I don't remember
Okay.
if you showed it to me or not.
Might
But
be in
I
the
thought
car.
you did.
I'll show you later.
Yeah.
And he made me stuff that I'm making into earrings.
Oh, yeah, I'm really stoked to see how that comes out.
Yeah, I haven't had the money to finish them yet. So.
No worries.
Well, just you know how life is. Shit just keeps coming out.
No worries, man. Yeah, I broke the fucking jig I used to texture those. Hit it a little too hard. It broke. I gotta fix it. You hold this?
Down here.
Hope so.
Yeah.
Sweet. What you want to do where I hold again, and we'll draw it out some just so you can hit it really hard, and then maybe when you want to dial it in,
Yeah.
try holding it. Okay, cool. Are you all set?
Yep.
Hook-like. Nice.
Yeah.
Hookish. Okay, so nice.
It's gonna hurt so bad tomorrow.
Oh, dude, it'll beat you up.
The class that he's teaching that I'm gonna do is basically like a intro to like smithing a knife.
Oh,
The way
okay.
he does.
Yeah, just a nice
So that's
basic
what I'm gonna
knife.
go do.
Yeah, it should be cool. That knife that was on the ground is like kind of what we'll be doing. Yeah. That's basically like
You know, this shitty one on the
beginning
ground.
form.
So, this is what you're gonna make.
I did that in a demo. I always think that like people watching me forge knives will be boring. And like
not boring.
yeah, it actually was cool.
It's
Like
silly.
these kids were like super
Yeah.
It's a lost art, and when people get to see it, I mean, when I was a kid and like watched blacksmiths, you know, do that at like fairs and stuff, I was mesmerized.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Especially the lore of making swords and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, as a kid though, you're like, holy shit.
As an adult, I nerd out about that.
Well, yeah.
I listen to them on and on. I know what's
Yeah,
going on.
I know. Well, and I have friends that they don't make knives, they only make swords. And they make like reproductions of like French Renaissance, like really specific stuff
Yeah.
that they get buyers for.
That's awesome.
Yeah. There's one, my buddy Tom that was like for C5.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He makes swords.
That's awesome.
Alright.
Yeah, it's like a whole other skill set.
It is.
Like that's a whole
It's totally
thing.
different than making like knives. Because not only do you need the bigger equipment for a long ass sword, but there's all kinds of different dimensions you need to know. The assembly is different. Making the handles are different. There's a million different combinations. of
And
sizes.
grinding it is weird. I've like,
Grinding something this long is really hard.
yeah, I've only done like those bronze I made.
You need like a, what do you call it? Like one hand holding this and another hand like pulling it over the. I do that with small knives.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's like a little wooden handle. with a metal
Oh,
blade.
totally. Right.
And so when you're drawing the steel across the grinder, this is in a fixed position, so
Right.
the pressure isn't moving, and then you're drawing the blade across the grinder. And it's
Like
kind of
a
sketchy,
jig
but
sword.
yeah.
Yes.
It's just like a
Sweet.
really nice wooden handle with a tiny rounded steel tip.
I wish my fucking I wish my fingers had known that beforehand. So I got bit by the grinder the other day. That'd be awesome. Yeah, for bigger stuff that would be really awesome.
Yeah.
Is this hard, like keeping this? Because like in that prom, I remember standing there like holding it like it's hard to get.
No, it's
It is.
you gotta go evenly.
Yeah.
There's so much you can go around with the ankles and all that stuff.
You ready to swing on this
Oh
again?
yeah, that.
Yeah. Here we go.
Keep going until you come.
Okay, you can stop. Nice. Sweet.
I mean, that's kind of the like that deep dark red.
Yep. Yeah, totally. Like if you're closer to the end, this is a good heat to be finishing your stuff up with, like a real dull red. And then once it turns black, just stop, you know. But that was just right. Sweet. So now, since we're going to do twists, we want to turn this into a square.
Sure.
So we're just going to trace these lines backwards next time. Sweet. Actually, that's right where I'm at on this one. So we're just going to do the same thing.
What's the glow stick?
It's a glow stick. Bring it to a rave, you will get in trouble. Yeah, actually, we'll use the this guy. So I'll hold it, and you hit this thing really hard.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Good planning.
Good planning.
So, like, hit this shit.
Yeah. Take this thing and like hit it.
Teamwork.
Am I getting there right now?
You can hit normal. We'll just do normal hits right now. I'm gonna square yours up. So just trace up on that. Flat swoop.
These are technical terms.
Flat swoop is what you technically.
Flat swoop, do-do,
Floop-a-doo.
This is science.
So we'll just draw the point out on yours just a tiny bit more.
Okay.
Then we can start doing the same thing.
My more sad one.
I think it looks nice. It's cool. We'll make it look really bad.
I'm always so hard on myself. Even when I do something nice, I just look at everything that's wrong. And I guess that's good because then you're not like a cocky person.
No, that's true. But you know.
I'm so hard on myself though.
That's what I was about to say. There's a line between Catholic guilt and just trying to do better.
Perfectionist.
Yeah.
That's a good word.
That's a good word for it. I think
Is that a little hatchet down there?
Oh yeah. Yes. Yeah, I have a.
That's a cute little hatchet.
Is that one of those necklace ones?
Yeah, totally. This one was forged from an old file.
Necklaces and then you put fuck off on them.
Is it hot?
No.
Okay.
No, that one I was messing with a while ago.
I just meant because it was. I didn't know how far that heat travels.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, it's not too bad.
Should I get a zoom out?
You all set? All right.
How cool is that?
There you go. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. All right.
Ooh, felt that.
Yeah.
It hit you?
Ouchie.
I still can't believe sometimes like when I look at my forearms,
Yeah.
I'm like, they're all pumpy and weird. So,
I don't have to worry about hair being ripped off.
oh, nice.
I planned for the fire.
Yeah, absolutely.
And ripped it off.
I did. That's how I test the sharpness on all the knives, and that's what my fucking arms. I actually have like really hairy arms.
Don't do that, though. I made a sign at my store, and it's like a policy for looking at the knives even, because people do kinds of weird stuff. They see on TV and think it's okay. And I specifically put on there, don't try to test the sharpness by shaving your arm, because not only is it dangerous, it's just kind of nasty. I actually put that on
It is
there.
really gross, too.
So it's printed on the wall that it's kind of nasty. Please don't do it.
Yeah, like if it's mine, I mean, I clean everything up afterwards with acetone, but
I also have a sign that says hands off grow, and nobody's allowed where the cabinet is.
oh no, do you guys have a plan? Oh, like we're all
but there's a bar here. It's clearly a bar. Like, don't walk past it. People do, because people okay, it's fine. But yeah, I have to put like signs everywhere.
I think it's better to get it. So finally, somebody who's helped me table once put up a sign in front of the knives, and we're like, "They're sharp. Be careful." And everybody's always like, "Why'd you put that sign there?" And you're like, "Because people don't know that they're that sharp still."
In Chicago,
They're not just sharp; they're really sharp.
Yeah.
do you know auxiliary manufacturing?
Yeah, this stuff's really cool, man.
Michael?
Yeah. I've never met him.
He has a sign he always puts up, and it says, "If you bleed on it, you blot it."
That's yes.
And it's a little knife with a hand, and it's like, ow. It's like a cartoon.
Yep, perfect. Thank you. Are you all set?
Yeah.
Let's do this. Okay, I'll tell you what. Okay.
So now they're working on the swoop-de-doop.
There we go. That's what Yes. Okay. Yeah, I like that.
I like it.
It's great. Go swoop. Go swoop-de-doo. Yes.
So much Rick and Morty making things.
I am
I
proud
just need
of
to be
that.
like drunk and perfect.
Yeah,
I'm not.
I'm not yet. Not yet.
Don't drink.
All right, we're gonna do like just a teeny tiny bit more on yours. Actually, let's use the bitty hammer. The bitty hammer. Little two.
Not this, right?
Not that one. That's my shot mate. It's really nice. This guy right here, dude.
Bounces.
All right, you all set? Here we go.
Hazza says make a metal butt plug.
People do that.
She said that is a butt plug.
I wouldn't know personally.
She's gonna wait before it turns back to normal color to use it though.
We're making Grove a metal selfie stack.
Yes. Okay. That's a nice clean hammer work going on there. Got it. My Pittsburgh guys.
Aww, that's cute.
I do like my Pittsburgh guys. So just, you can just try it in those colors a little bit. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Go here.
That's awesome, greatest ever. Congrats on that.
Okay. Alright. Okay.
You know, it's more my fingertips than my arm.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just,
Oh, hold the hammer in place?
I'm not used to
Yeah.
holding one every day like you are.
Yeah, dude. There's a lot of stuff that I forgot until I switched hands for a little bit, and I was like, no. Like, that's why I was like, we should get you a glove, because
I do the woodwork.
this stuff stinks, dude. I forgot, like, oh, this is just cold bouncing in your arm.
When I do the woodwork, it hurts. Like, I have like borderline arthritis already.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
from like
Sandy.
past years, even before I did this.
Well, you do art a lot, too, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And like working in a tattoo shop, all I did is paint and draw and all that shit. So,
Yeah, that'll work.
working on little stuff, like in the winter time, I get like flaky hands and they get all shaky.
Luckily my fingers are not doing that. Or we're going to do a twisty on this. Cool.
Gonna get fancy.
Gonna get real fancy.
Christy! So you just clamp the corner?
Yeah, I just clamped it, man. Normally I like to do them with a torch because you can get like super fucking nerdy and make them like really perfect.
Oh,
But
yeah.
we'll just do it like this. It's
Yeah.
fast. And it'll still look
Rough
cool.
style.
Rough style. I mean, that's how like a lot of people do it. Like you can get the back and forth with this still, but you have to like get water and spray it on one spot to cool it and then twist the hot part. It's
All those temperature things.
yeah, a lot of temperature gaining here. Cool. So, oh yeah, actually let's flip yours around. Do you want to do the same top on yours like we just did this one? Or we could drift it. You want to drift it? Let's drift it.
Tokyo drift!
Tokyo drift. So for that, you're gonna just hammer shoulder in with this big boy. It's like,
like a diameter of weight.
So, like even that one is kind of a smaller handle. This guy does.
Yeah.
Like I made mine so that like the grip is way back.
Yeah.
So I like to hold it way back and flip it.
I get that.
But there's different.
I instinctively want to go closer, but that's just nice.
I did it first too. That's how I used to
Kind
do
of
it.
dangerous because then my hand's like this close to the hot.
You don't get as much force.
Yeah,
No, that
totally.
too.
Yeah, like there's the.
You just get better aim though.
Doesn't like
That
that.
was the grab.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, like he holds his hammers up high. They're like really heavy. He stands like this and uses like a drummer. And then like I usually do it this way unless I'm doing the really close stuff. But I'll try to do it like he does.
That's obviously just doing subtle work because it's work.
Yeah, totally. I don't want to mess up those brake twists, man.
Yeah.
So cool. Now we'll hammer some swoops on the end.
Wood smells good.
You know, it smells so
Like
nice.
when it's burning.
It's my favorite part. I ditched some deeper over here in this guy. It smells so good. Okay, you all set? Want to switch places? You got your big hammer? All right. Okay, so you need to hit right there. Okay. Now take it. You basically do this. You might have to keep that again. Yeah, get it hot again. We'll do the same thing. I'm just trying to just spread it out a little bit. I'm going to use the small guy. Actually, I need to get it hot.
Yeah, they want to know again what you're making.
What?
What you're making.
Well,
Two hooks, right?
kind of, yeah, hook.
Yeah.
Primitive hook.
Primitive hooks.
Yeah. Slash making it up as we go.
So you can take like Chainsaw Massacre and hook people on them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my god, we should have made one of those hooks.
Well, you could do a couple things. We could attach it to the walls, like a
Yeah.
hook for like hanging your keys on. He makes really cool ones that have like double swoops on both sides for his keys, which he's wearing.
Oh, yeah.
Later. Those are really cool.
Thank you.
I'm gonna buy those.
I'll give you one of those. I usually make those in bulk. I try to make a lot of those. Sweet, so that's the little
Aw,
swoop.
look at that little- Everything's
I'll show you guys next time.
I
Pull
know,
that back
it's
out.
not really like metal.
Yeah.
It's actually
So
really cute.
this end?
Yes, yeah. And we're going to be headed to we're trying to spread the metal up. Yep, you got it. Cool, perfect. Now flip the hammer around and give me a few hits flat. Perfect, great. Yeah, that'll do. And then hit right there. Perfect. Cool. Now, the second, punch it. Start with this little dude.
Yay!
Yeah.
We're gonna punch a hole in it.
Punch a hole in
This is for also for vampires.
there. Yeah, you find a vampire,
Yeah.
stab him up. You stab him up with that.
Buffy never had this shit.
That guy Jerry that was on my last stream on the makeup thing, he worked on Buffy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I did.
He did like the.
Oh, that's
the makeup and
awesome.
stuff.
That's really awesome.
Can I show you that?
No.
It was with
We went
Oh,
it was George A. Romero's school and
Yeah, that's right. I saw that you had done a video from there, but I didn't get a chance to watch it.
yeah, I haven't edited it yet, but as soon as I do, I'll post it. But yeah, they had all those people were there. It was pretty cool.
That's really, really cool. Yeah, that's awesome. so trying to hold it. Yeah, just down here a bit. Trying to not death grip stuff as often as I used to, but sometimes you gotta do it. All right, sweet. So we're gonna hold it first here, and you're just gonna hammer over it. In fact, we should probably do the same thing. This place you can stand up tall on it. Okay.
Holy metal.
Oh, calm down there.
Calm down there, buddy. Okay. Now we want to punch that through right there. Okay. Great.
Poking a hole.
Poking that hole in there. All right. Sweet. Next time, we're going to hold over the Ratchet friction, self-taught.
I call it anvil. I call it anvil hole.
The anvil hole. We're going to hold it over that. The smaller anvil hole.
Yeah.
Exactly. We're just going to beat it.
Sorry, gross.
No, hey, you got to do what you got to do, man. I dig it. Sweet.
Is that just water in there to cool it?
Yeah, just so that I don't mess up that little scroll while I'm trying to bend this hook, which I knew there was going to come something that I did really dumb on, and this is the thing.
Tiny and delicate.
Yeah.
You don't want to get it.
It's a sensitive boy. Yeah. But just a little demo. Sweet. Alright, you ready to punch this?
Yeah.
Sweet, bro.
Punch ready,
Dude,
bro.
punch this thing in the face, bro. Alright.
Here's my ear next.
Here we go. Yes! Let's do your ear next. Okay. Yep.
Then you got to flatten it, right?
Yep.
Poke holes
Totally.
whenever you want.
Just put your ear on there. Get
Yeah.
your ear real hot.
You get a hand piercing. It's right through it.
Oh, holy shit.
We blew it out.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. All right.
Then you can use the hook to Steve-O my butt cheeks together.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you see when he got the piercing to close his butt cheeks together?
I remember that. Oh, God. You remember that on Jackass? Like, Steve-O got his butt pierced?
I did not know that, no.
I mean, it was when the show like first aired. He like, yeah, I remember that episode. He got his butt cheeks pierced together.
That is so scary.
It's good.
I don't ever want it's pretty good.
I was a piercer for years, and I've gotten real requests, but I never got butt cheek piercings.
I've never done it either, and I'm disappointed in myself.
I had like some like requests for like balls and stuff, but
Did you?
they never showed up. They pushed out.
Oh, really?
I would have done it.
Yeah, man, that's brutal.
Did they book the appointment too?
As long as they're not a pervy weirdo, I mean, okay, I'll take your money.
Yeah, I had a bunch of piercings before I got hit by that fucking car, and then all the x-rays I had to get, I just ended up not putting them back in. I did, yeah. Yeah, see, it got off center, which is bad news, but whatever.
Is it on the other side too?
No, actually, it looks clean on the other side.
Are they lining
I don't know. Or, yeah.
I was
Yes.
hoping it was an happy accident on both sides.
I mean, it's still cool. It's just a little love. It's not my best work, but it's not my worst.
And on the floor it goes.
I have like a bunch of cups on my table on my like work desk with all just resin pieces that are not that they're like done, but they're just sample pieces for like leftover crap. Like when I have leftover resin, I'll just pour it into a mold and like use it for other shit later.
Oh, you can do that? That's awesome. Just give me a little tap. Okay. Perfect. Great. It's nice and cold. Scroll. Screw some.
Well, screw holes. You guys are
You want to do a twist on it later? Or
I don't
in a
care.
second? Okay, cool. We'll set, so I'm going to clamp in the lights, and you'll just grab the little dudes.
Okay.
Sweet.
The ones that are over here?
Yep, yeah, just those channel locks. Yeah. Actually,
Oh, you're bringing it over?
guy in your, yep, that one. That's
That's for your, yeah.
the better thing to use actually is this.
Hang on, guys. I gotta plug my
It
battery
feels so
in.
patriotic. Look at me, Joe. I'm American.
They're not as America from here. Like once you're wearing them, when you're holding them.
This is like a really nice twisting thing. You can use this if you want. Just watch your hands when you twist it.
Yeah. Burning it on.
You all set?
Yep.
Sweet.
there we go. Batteries in.
And we'll start like actually back just a little bit, like. Oh no, it isn't tight enough. Let's just use the. We'll get it hot again. And
Yeah.
use the other dudes. Figure out there it goes. Just use
Yeah,
these
that's
guys.
a little
Yeah.
easier.
Those ones are better if you're doing
Something
perfect
thicker.
size stock.
Oh,
Thicker. Also, just something that's like more of a square.
Sure.
These twists will look blue because it's not a perfect square. Sweet.
Or a perfect circle. Ha.
Yeah. Yes.
Ha.
Allison says hi.
Hi. I want to learn like pattern welding really bad.
The what's that?
So I want to learn pattern welding.
Pattern welding? Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's a really artistic stuff.
Yeah.
There's just this girl on Instagram, her name is Marty the Welder.
Oh, yeah. She came
She's
to a
pretty
thing.
badass.
Yeah. She's cool.
I've never met her, but like her work, she does like welded sculpture. So she'll take aluminum and do these massive welds and then sand it down. Like she made one that was like an angel of death.
That's cool.
Huge. It was pretty good.
That's awesome.
I have like a little TIG welder thing that I got, but I got it to fix
Play with it.
a futon I had. But
Oh, really?
yeah, I never ended up really getting to play with it much, but now that I have it, I can.
Is it back like right?
What's up, Allison?
Yeah. Cool.
Twisted metal,
That's hot.
It's hot.
literally.
That's it.
Use your teeth.
Use MT
That's what she
first.
said. Oh, it's too cold.
Yep. Back in the day, I didn't realize that you couldn't twist it when it was too cold. I broke so many things I just made, and I suck so bad at twisting.
You're like
So.
overexerting yourself.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I didn't even realize.
Metal.
There was like a,
It's confetti.
there's a Ukrainian blacksmith that my friend used to work with. We used to be like, no, let make hot, then
Let
move
make
easy.
hot.
He was like, let make hot, then move easy.
Yeah, this is that guy.
All right, I'm doing it.
No.
Turning it on.
Are you gonna get
We're gonna pierce it.
hand piercing?
A really brutal hand piercing.
Yeah. Those jigs are pretty
We'll put it on the dark web.
Yeah, those things are awesome. All those
It's like a
little
jig to basically bend the metal into that pattern.
Oh, cool.
So that you don't have to, yeah, so like if it's supposed to be uniform.
Did you guys make those here? Yeah.
His friend, his shop
Oh.
did, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a couple over there that are mine that I use for like the pentagram plate stuff. I'll do ornamental little stuff sometimes, but yeah, not that often. All right, big twist time. Big twist.
Twist it. Twist it good.
That's it. So give me right there. Right there is good. Great.
Yeah.
Not bad for a first one. Alright, so now we're going to take that, we'll hit this with one mallet, straighten it, and then we'll do
Okay.
the sweet.
Are you enjoying this?
Yeah.
Yeah, is this okay? I'm not boring you guys or anything?
No,
Okay.
it's
Okay,
cool. I think it's awesome.
Cool.
I love everything that's involved with like making stuff and doing stuff
great.
yourself and like any kind of maker type stuff. Mostly I work with like computers and electronics and stuff, but when it comes to like this type of stuff, I love it. I love watching it and like it's mesmerizing.
Yeah, I used to actually go to sleep. Like sometimes I'd watch like really nerdy, like woodworking videos. And
Yeah.
stuff like, oh, how am I gonna hit it?
Yeah, I was telling her like when I go to sleep at night, I put on a bunch of different videos on like YouTube and stuff. So sometimes it's tutorial stuff for like programming or whatever,
Yeah.
and it just like somehow stays there.
Yeah, that's awesome. Sticks in. Yeah.
I wake up and then I'm like going to the bathroom in the morning and I'm like, oh, I just figured out how to fix something on my site.
Wait a second.
You're like in the shower thinking about how to fix stuff. So you're just straightening it with that?
Yeah. Trying to not mess up any like the twist parts. Give it a little rapid tap. Cool.
Put it on my necklace.
Give me a hit like right there. Yep. Now give me one hit right there. Boop. Perfect.
Boop.
Like that boop.
Boop it.
Doing that boop. Alright, cool. So now we're gonna do like a little try our best.
Yes, Allison, I wake up and run around in circles
like
all day, every day.
We're gonna loop it. So like this part is really kind of a pain in the ass, but it looks really pretty. So like I'm gonna hold it right around here and you're just gonna really carefully form it over the edge and then hammer it back.
Smaller one?
Yeah, bitty hammer. Bitty hammer. Good.
Should I use
Good
the
which one
pointer?
can. No, actually you're gonna use the flat face. And we're just gonna carefully, we're just kind of coaxing it into, you know,
Curving.
yeah, and then we're gonna hammer it back into itself. That should do it. Cool. All right. Just like right up against there.
Now twist it and pull it. And you ever play that
Now
game?
hit it towards me. Yeah. Okay, now kind of hit it like at this angle. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
And now just hit it straight down. Okay. Yeah. Now we'll just kind of. Now you're just trying to coax it. There's like a way to do it that I learned. It took forever, but you almost do like when you're doing it on your own. You'll be holding it. You'll just go like.
Yeah.
It feels so dumb, but it totally works.
I saw you doing that, and it's so soft that like you can kind of just pull it back.
You just tell it. You just be like,
You know what I compare that
Yeah.
to? So like, it sounds funny, but since I grew up with like in Germany, we grew up with German food, and like we would make schnitzel, and when you pound out the meat, I always made this with my mom.
That's what she said.
The Christmas, the Christmas meal that we make, you know. But it's like we would like make it the same way.
Oh, that's awesome.
First
Just
got
little
to
like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
you're
a
like
fun
making
motion,
it
too.
thinner.
Love
like
taps.
dough.
Yeah, you'll see too. Like when we do the class, like when we're working out like the distal tapers, and then especially in the handle, you'll see I do the same hammer for it. Works pretty well. Anyways, so yeah, so you're gonna want to kind of like. Okay. Now, just hit straight down on it for me. Okay. I might just call that cool.
Yeah.
You like that?
It's like a little lizard tail.
Little lizard tail. Get it better though. Actually, hit straight down for me. Okay.
Oh.
And now I'm gonna get it hot. We'll just hit it back
Yeah.
into you. Just to close it up, and then we'll do a little hook. A hook in. It's the only dance I know.
Yeah.
It's this one.
Oh God, kid, you just do the thing. Where you stand on the floor.
Pick up the change.
Yeah.
Last podcast in the last, we called it like the Peanuts dance or something, and I was like, that's exactly what that is.
That's really funny that you listen to that.
Oh, really? I really love that
He
show.
loves that podcast.
Greatest ever said. I was literally pounding out meat when you said that.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Okay. All right. Actually, I like that a lot. Yeah. Now let's hit down like, yeah, right there. Okay.
So cool.
I think that's good. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna just
Is
give it a
it
little.
straight with the flat part though?
Actually, yes.
Oh wow.
Nice.
I wasn't sure.
Actually, do you mind if I see that real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Woo!
Yeah. Great.
Getting hot.
So hot.
No, that's you all right? Do you need to fit? Are you
I'm good.
doing okay?
Yeah.
So you can go-
My phone's not overheating yet. We're good.
Great. Okay.
Yeah, if it was a hotter day outside.
Yeah, dude. I had that and this going that one day when it was like 101 degrees and I was getting like
Yeah.
dizzy and shit. It was,
Outside. And in here.
You don't have like heat
Yeah.
exchangers in here other than the fans? Just that?
no windows. Usually we don't even leave the garage door open because people still think it's a car place. So they'll just walk in and be like, hey, fix my tires. But we're in here.
I got it. Thanks.
Yeah, and like,
Just
wait,
take the
what?
money and ask questions later.
Yeah, just it's 15. $6 only.
Yeah. Pick them up at this address. And they're like lost in the hood.
Now, kind of doing the same thing where we're just kind of cheating around. Yep.
But I don't want to hit the black part, obviously.
You can hit the black part too.
Well, yeah, that's true. It's hardened.
Okay. Sweet. It's just a game of trick mix. Yeah, it's weird. It's like sometimes, like when you quench anything in water, it'll make it really brittle, which is annoying because then sometimes you'll hit it and it'll break. But like on this, since the rest of it is still so hot, it's usually enough that it's just going to want to move where it's hot. You're not like going to break too much.
Makes sense.
Usually.
Now it's just gonna hit it. It's gonna fall apart.
Yeah.
Use the wooden mallet for luck.
Yeah. Like all those little squirrels I used to do for the hairpin too. Those were all in spring steel. Oh yeah, they're really fun to make, but like I had to learn how to do them without cooling anything because if you do that, it'll just crack. Like carbon steel will crack under water immediately. This is probably just 836 or 1018 or something.
Don't need the super fancy hard stuff. Sir.
No, ma'am.
Yeah, that's right. You call me.
Call me ma'am. Okay. Actually, now just hit it straight down for me. Now on the side. Cool. Okay. And a little bit more cleaning up to do. Just to get prettier. Sweet.
Nice.
Let's try to coax this. Oh, sorry.
Everything.
You're ready.
Just kidding.
Yeah, it's like
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I know how to fix that. Sweet, dude.
like a live stream of that. It's like a fireplace at Christmas.
Yeah, right. It's a
But
louder
dangerous
fire.
and really hot. And then your phone melts in like 5 minutes.
Couple thousand more degrees.
Yeah.
Have you ever checked temperature on that?
Yeah, it's usually around like 1900, 2000 degrees.
Damn.
The forge is at.
And those usually get up to 2200.
Yeah, I think those are, yeah.
Oh, this big thing right here?
That's the heat treat kiln. I think I've sent you videos before, like of me taking stuff out of ours.
Maybe.
It's like red hot.
Sweet, so give me one hit like right there. Okay. Let's try that. Actually, yeah, let's do what you were just doing.
Going around.
Yeah. So it tries to stay around this point a little bit nicer. Okay. Let's get more what I like. So now give me one. Okay. Yeah. So sweet. Alright, one more heat and it should be done. Oh, then we'll blacken it. You guys want to blacken it? I like blackening stuff. Duh. Of course, mine's been black.
And then we're going to put them in gross back.
Okay.
Do suspension.
Okay, from where? Up here?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh man, my old shopmate used to do these cast aluminum and iron bones. I showed you his stuff. The dudes, the Only Flesh people here in Pittsburgh used to use those and drill them out and then use those to hold the suspension hooks. It's pretty heavy metal.
I have a video on my channel that I'll show you like when I get off stream. But there's a guy that was like 300 pounds and they had a huge crane in Florida and they had the hooks in his back and he was bouncing and they broke. So he fell at like 20, 30 feet from the air and broke his legs on the concrete like by a pool. And they had him hanging over a pool, but they had him over the concrete, so it would be more dangerous. But he was jumping up and down, and they were custom. I think they were custom hooks and custom wires, but they weren't like made right, so they broke.
Somebody's in some trouble.
Yeah, it was like friends of his that made it. So, but I'll show you the video later. It was fucked up. I mean, you don't see anything; you just see the guy fall. But it was fucked up. And then of course YouTube was like, nope. So I had to make it private.
So hit it towards me. Okay. That's what I wanted. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, oh sorry, actually, spraying. That's not nice thing to do. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We'll live.
So you're getting all the scale off?
Yeah, just trying to
there.
smooth it somehow.
Yeah.
show you. We're gonna use. We may just use beeswax right now.
Okay.
So now we're just gonna let that start to cool down some.
Put it in my butt. Pick me up with it.
Yeah.
That would hurt a lot.
Oh God. That's some medieval torture.
Yeah, it
I
is.
really did that to people.
We did that. We what now?
Putting like hot pokers at people is too hot.
Oh God, yeah.
That's medieval torture if you were like an adulterer. There's a really cool museum of torture in Amsterdam, and they show you all the lovely
Oh yeah, that's
stuff
right.
and how it was used. Lovely diagrams.
So we mapped it all out.
Yeah, we have that.
Just use this. So we're gonna. Yeah. So now you just take. You can do it if you want. Do you want to do it? Okay, sweet. So you just rub this on the hot steel.
Without holding it though.
Yep, without holding it. In fact, maybe hold it so it doesn't spray all over. There you go.
Just the smoke off of it is like so hot I can't even
Yeah,
hold my hand there.
it's hard to get used to.
It smells.
This is usually the part where I burn my hands more than any other part of my
Oh,
job.
and he's letting me do it.
Yeah,
Sweet.
yeah, a gentleman.
Yeah.
I would do, if it sucks, I'll do it. I really don't
No,
want you
it's
to get
fine.
hurt. Okay.
Oh, that hurt.
My hands are so used to it, it doesn't
It's okay.
really bother me. Perfect.
So
Okay.
obviously this is creating a like natural seal.
Yeah, like steel's actually really porous. So you know when you get it really hot and you hurry up and kind of basically fill those pores up with oil, you're helping keep rust out. You're also it's the same thing as it's carburizing. It's the same thing that you do with like cast iron and stuff. Yeah, then you have like a nice it's wax. You have this like nice wax coating. And
Cool.
There's wax all up in the pores and stuff, so it should.
It slowly comes off, but like it takes long.
Yeah, like even mine was dead black.
Oh yeah,
you know?
this is the keychain I told you about.
Oh, that's nice.
I really like. I'm actually proud of that design.
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable sometimes patting myself on the back, but I think that came
it's
out
great.
nice. Thanks. It has little pretty little squirrels.
And it's got a pretty swoopty-doop.
Got a swoopty-doo.
But yeah, you can see like it's slightly aged from just rubbing on his clothes. So there's shinier spots, or like the bracelet you made me.
Yeah, totally. And
But
like all
it
the
just
oils
makes
in your
it look
skin and
cooler
stuff. Yeah, it
time.
just gives it some character.
Yeah.
This hope should probably stay.
Oh, and your little leaf.
Oh yeah, my friend Anna made that for me.
Little leafy.
She is very fucking good at blacksmithing. She should be
her
there for
shit's
that class.
awesome.
Yeah, she's so fucking talented.
I'm excited.
She made these.
Oh
She
yeah,
came
you
to
told me
visit.
she
Yeah,
did.
here they are in person.
Yeah, that's awesome. Here, I'll show you.
Oh, sure.
So his friend made these for him.
That's cool.
Yeah, she did that like an hour, dude. Just with like a piece of quarter inch stock.
a
She was just
beast.
like, bam, 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 bam. Yeah, she's really good. I couldn't believe it. And I never she was actually, it was cool. She was like looking at the hairpins. She was like, what's this little notch? And I was like, it's from Ben. She's like, are you using real pliers to bend these? And I was like, yeah. She just like shook her head at me. And I was like, I'm sorry. I taught myself how to do this. I'm not good at some stuff. Sweet, dude.
So now that we bazized
Look
it.
at this. We bazized it with some bazizes wax.
Yeah.
Sweet. Now we just wait for it to cool, and you can hang stuff on it.
Yay!
Yay! Oh yeah, dude, that was super fun. Damn. No.
We could
That was
jump
awesome.
in the air and freeze frame.
Only I had a freeze frame
Yeah.
button in the
And
shop.
then like some
Use
like
it all the
Golden Girls song plays.
Yeah.
We'll do it in post.
That's a different show, isn't it?
It is, but I don't remember what show it is.
One of those.
Cool.
things. Neat. We did it.
We did this. Yeah, or did you guys want to hang out here more? Are you hungry?
I don't know.
You
Well,
thirsty?
we'll hang out for a little bit. I appreciate you showing us this because I wanted to show the stream too and do a video. I was talking about possibly doing something cool for this weekend. So
Oh, killer.
that's awesome,
That's
man.
awesome.
I appreciate you showing us all that.
I appreciate you guys coming down. I'm alone a lot. It's nice to have visitors. It's cool. Yeah, and I like spent a lot of time teaching myself to do this. I never show it off usually. I mean, in my work, but not the process.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying. Like, I enjoy watching stuff like that. I think it's really cool to see how people make all their stuff. So you should definitely put more videos online of you doing the work. Even if you just set up a camera and like
she's
put little
been saying
10-second
Don't
clips.
say it. Grab something real quick.
Yeah, a lot of people actually have said the same thing, and I would. I'm
You get to know when you're like in the middle of working.
Yeah.
It's hard to like remember to like you have to plan it out.
Yeah, totally. But there's a lot of people who say it, like the way they explain it is basically
No, he doesn't
like, they
ganja.
just film what they're doing, you know?
Yeah.
And then they like put it up online, so they're like, I'm just doing my normal work, I just post it.
Yeah,
Like,
with me, it was hard for me to get started too because of that process. I'm like, if I have to set up my lighting, my camera, all of this stuff, you're doing like real production work as well as what you're trying to make. So then it takes 10 times longer to get anything done.
Yeah,
Even if
totally.
like I'm going to change the oil on my car and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make a video on how I change the oil just so that I'm actually getting paid for doing this because I have to do it anyway.
Totally,
So
yeah.
then like I end up doing it, but then it's like an hour later after I get all my cameras and stuff set up, it's like that's the part that sucks is that you're wasting your time to try to videotape something, but at the end of the day, it becomes your living, so it's okay.
Yeah, and also what's cool too is then like you just have to do that one time for that part, right?
Yeah, and once it's up, you're making money off that one video and the ads and stuff for like months
Forget
and
about
years
that
and
part,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah. So and then it adds up. Yeah, as you get more videos up, they make. Yeah, that's why I'm suggesting it, man. Everyone should do it at this point.
Yeah,
It's just
especially
easy.
since, like, yeah, it's not the worst thing. Oh, awesome! Oh man,
Yeah, let me
that's
see it.
great.
So he mailed this to me, so he was only guessing that it would fit me, but
Yeah, I remember I had to have my roommate help me. It's like my wrists. I don't have like huge wrists, but yeah, tiny hands.
That's cool.
but still glamorous.
Still glamorous tiny hands. When we were forging and you held out your fingers, I was like, oh, she's got nice nails. Nice.
It still got
My
look
nails are like
cute.
super gross.
Dang.
At least you're looking pretty cute.
Oh no! You know
At least
what?
you
The
still
nail
have yours,
polish-
right?
Yeah, I still have all
The
my
nail
fingers.
polish
That's cute.
hides all the shit that's under there right
Yeah.
now. That's honestly why I do it. Because it just doesn't come out.
Yeah, dude, I know. I was just telling somebody, like, my hands never, like, until, you know, I've been doing dishwashing shifts sometimes at the farm dinners, and that's the only time I've seen my hands clean in 3 years, because they just keep soaking in the water.
Well,
I
yeah,
have a fucking scrub
oil
brush.
and-
Yeah,
Do
just,
you ever?
Just put some nail polish on.
yeah,
Really
right,
good.
yeah, see?
Do you
That's all I
ever
gotta do.
oil cleanse, or you only do water?
I do oil, like, that's
Oh,
my,
yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
I have
it's over
parts
there.
and, yeah, totally. Yeah, but no, for blacksmithing, oh man, that would be so, I do not have the emotional
Yeah.
stability to do
We
all water
actually have
cleanses.
ours. Do you see that picture of me fishing my arm in there?
Yes.
It's actually a beer keg from a brewery next to my shop that they just sold us.
Oh, nice.
So you
I
filled
cut
it?
the top off, and I filled it with oil. 'Cause we use like motor oil to dip the blades because it slows the cooling time down. The oil like absorbs all that heat. So if you do it with water, like you have way more tendency for your blade to warp and break and all that.
Yeah, it's really volatile. It's
Yeah.
too, like that parts
When it
is
soaks
rated for 1095 W2, all that stuff. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's the speed of water,
I think I use the same.
but it's not. It doesn't like
Yeah.
it doesn't evaporate. So when you're quenching, you're not getting all these pockets where the blades
Yeah.
kind of like. It's a really violent
But,
process.
I dropped the knife that I was cooling off in it.
Oh really?
And it's
No.
a keg, so it's this deep.
Oh,
and like,
dude.
this is how long my arm is. So I literally was this deep.
I
in,
told her
like,
she's got to get the
oil.
magnet.
Oh
Those
yeah.
magnet things that they use at the auto shops.
Oh holy shit! Yeah,
Smart.
I always forget to do that too because even like I also stuff in
Stuff will
vinegar.
fall behind shit too, and like you can just use that.
Yeah.
Go
Oh,
down.
dude, I used to have one of those, and that's what I used when I was just a baby knife maker and it like just started out. That's how I would test if things were hot enough because I had like a little cold forge.
Oh yeah, it changes the magnetized
Yeah.
ability,
Which is,
right?
like-
Of
And
steel.
that makes you feel like an alchemist because you're like, it's not magnetic anymore. I fucking changed
Yeah.
it. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, it's a cool process, and those magnets are super useful. And I forgot all
Yeah,
about
I
it.
should probably go.
Because I keep waiting. I know one day I'm going to drop some shit in that fucking giant bucket. And I was not stoked about having to dig it out.
Yeah,
Or
I'm sure there's a lot of
some
stuff
kind
in
of
there at this point.
You could almost make like a mesh like type sleeve
Oh
and
shit!
have it in there suspended, and then
You could
have
just
it
yank it out.
by hooks on the outside of the barrel.
Yeah, they do that at the oil bins at auto shops, like or like AutoZone and all those places.
Yeah.
You can dump your own oil, but they have like a metal grating thing on top. So when you're dumping your
killer,
oil, if you
yeah.
have like bolts that fall in, it doesn't fall into the big barrel.
Oh, that's killer,
so like
yeah.
it's the same thing. You just have a catcher there. You can stick
Yeah.
your hand in all the oil and grab it, but you don't have
I need to put one
dig
in mine,
down.
especially after that happened, because it was not fun. I mean,
No,
not
that
only is
sounds so
it
gross.
gross because it's motor oil and then you
It's
have to
toxic,
put
right?
it- Yeah, it's highly toxic, and also it was hot.
Yeah.
It wasn't like burning hot, but it was about at least 90 degrees, like hot water at the
Yeah.
sink.
I've done that after changing the oil on my car and then have to
Yeah.
put my hand in to grab
Oh,
a
yeah.
bolt or something.
There's not a lot that between this and like farm work and construction work and stuff. I'm not like so grossed out by stuff, but that's super gross.
Yeah.
to me
It
out.
is. Because you feel like it's
So
never
you're
gonna
like-
come off.
Yeah, it just gets in everything and it smells
And I
bad.
have like sensitive skin, so not only that, like even just the wood I use, if I don't wear, I wear these like athletic compression sleeves when I'm sanding wood because the oils in those woods, since they're all like exotic woods and stuff, yeah, I get hives.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah,
them
that
all
sucks.
winter for like 4 months.
Dude.
And I finally was like, what can I do? My roommate is a nurse, so she got me like prescription like steroid type stuff. And that would
Holy
work.
shit.
But like the next day, I'm doing it all over again. So
Yeah,
it's
just
pointless.
starting. Yeah.
So I got athletic sleeves, and they actually work.
Which woods were getting you?
It's more like the cocobolo.
That's what I was gonna ask. Yeah,
Like,
that's the only thing that's made me real itchy.
It's a really beautiful like wood. I don't know if you have any here.
Yeah, I don't know where the fuck.
Is it like a protectant for the plant itself that causes that irritation?
Like it has to be, yeah.
I'm not sure. Well, it's in the poison ivy family.
But,
That and
yeah,
rosewood.
Okay.
Yeah.
From what I've been told.
Yeah,
Again,
it's in
I'm
the,
not-
So that
it's
makes
in the
sense.
family of rosewoods, poison ivy, all that. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's fine.
and it's cumulative too, which sucks. Like my buddy Matt can't even work with rosewood anymore. He was like, I'm too fucking allergic.
Think about it.
Makes me
Well,
sick.
that and like I would wear a mask, but like even just walking in the room after I cut it without a mask, you automatically feel like shit the next day because you're just huffing out.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm getting rosewood in my brain.
Yeah, it's my eyes, dude. It's the only thing that
Yeah.
makes my eyes like
My eyes,
really
they get
itchy and
really
irritated.
fat, puffy eyes, and I look like a big stoner, and like it's pretty bad.
Yeah, I think I always look.
Let's learn.
Everywhere I go, usually right after work. Anytime I go anywhere, so I think people just always think like I look like a filthy.
All right, guys, I'm gonna get going. It's hot as here. I'm like sweating my ass off, but I'm gonna get going. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for hanging out. I just wanted to show all the cool stuff that they were doing in here, and she's gonna do like some class with him to learn the blacksmithing stuff. So I figured I'd come by and show you guys. So I hope you enjoyed it. I might stream later on or something. I don't know, but I'll see you guys later. Bye. Have a good rest of your day.